Hello, and welcome to Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News. I'm Daniel Pineda. We have a great program this week. We have our news stories, community bulletin board, and 55 plus news. But first, a social media reminder. You can watch the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News and the number 1. Also on Facebook and WERA 96.7 FM. And now on to our first news story for this week. As of Friday morning, January 7th, reports show the number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in Arlington increased by 2,939 for the week, up to 29,131. We at Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News will continue to monitor the situation as the winter months continue. As for vaccinations, we examine Arlington County's vaccination tracker. According to that site, 191,478 Arlingtonians aged 5 and above have received at least one dose of the COVID vaccine. They show that figure as 85.4% of their estimated eligible population of 224,196 Arlingtonians. Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine for 5 through 11-year-olds is still available at the following locations: Arlington Mill Community Center, located at 909 South Dinwiddie Street, and Walter Reed Community Center, located at 2909 16th Street South. Walk-ins for 5 through 11-year-olds are available Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. However, holidays may affect operations. For more information, consult the Arlington County website. And now on to our next news story for this week. Members of the Arlington County Board were unanimous in choosing a new board chair, Katie Crystal, and a new vice chair, Christian Dorsey. In her opening speech as chair, Crystal said, "By no means is this pandemic over, but since it's clear that COVID-19 will be providing us no respite for reflection, we will have to make our own. Given the uncertainty of our commercial revenues, let me be clear. These commitments almost certainly mean less funding available for implementing new priorities or programs, but after 2 pandemic years, it is time to put our money where our thank you essential workers window signs are. Even in this peak, our hospitalizations numbers remain in the very low single digits, and if we keep getting vaccinated, getting boosted, masking, and demonstrating responsibility to one another, we will get through this. Not as fast as we had all hoped, nor with the finality with which we all long for, but we will." Ms. Crystal added, "This pandemic has exposed what we've always known to be true. Our country is a hard place to raise children. Arlington alone can't fix all the obstacles facing families, but we can continue to make progress on our own vision, which is that all Arlington County families have access to high-quality, affordable childcare." Mr. Dorsey likewise expressed his confidence Arlington will come out on the other side of the pandemic as a stronger county. He said, "I am not going to predict when we get to our new normal or even what our new normal will be, but I am certain and quite confident that if we rely on the resilience that has been honed during the pandemic and remain focused on achieving our goals for sustainability, housing our community, and achieving racial equity, we will emerge on the other side both better and stronger." Mr. Dorsey added that 2022 will be a big year for working toward Arlington's energy goals for 2025, 2035, and 2050 since Arlington plans to be carbon neutral by 2050. I propose we prioritize taking every practical opportunity through our budget work this year to de-intensify carbon use in our government operations, and as we look to develop our capital improvements plan. We should plan to utilize sustainable products and systems, even if they are not quite practical today. Let's envision and dare to dream for when it might be. Meanwhile, board members Libby Darvey and Takis Karantonis were thinking about the state of the nation's democracy. Ms. Darvey said she will encourage civil discourse as much as she can in 2022. She added, "There are lots of angry people in this country and they have guns. We here are relatively sheltered, but some of those who attacked the U.S. Capitol building stayed in Arlington, and many drove through Arlington on their way to the Capitol. The danger to our democracy is not a local issue, but it is a local threat. I am not sure what we should do about it, but I do know that we and the entire region need to stay close and keep our public safety system strong and nimble." And now on to our next news story for this week. Arlington Public Libraries intend to once again be giving away at-home COVID-19 test kits, but as of December 30th, 2021, they reported that they have temporarily run out. According to a recent library announcement, test kits are dispensed on a first-come, first-served basis and can be picked up from the service desk at each library location. Neither proof of county residency nor a library card is required, and the kits are free of charge. For those who can't get an at-home test kit from the library, Arlington County has 3 testing kiosks open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily. The kiosks are located in Virginia Highland Park parking lot at 1600 South Hay Street, the Arlington Mill Community Center parking lot at 909 South Dinwiddie Street, and the Courthouse Plaza parking lot at 2088 15th Street North. In addition, another kiosk is planned to open at Marymount University. The Virginia Department of Health also has a list of testing locations. The recent heavy snowfall forced the Arlington County Public School System to suspend classes from Monday, January 3rd through Thursday, January 6th. A second round of snow that began late on January 6th caused another cancellation, which increased the number of official snow days to 5 in a row. In November 2021, Superintendent Francisco Duran announced a new policy capping the number of such snow days at 6 for each school year, starting with the 7th day of forced closure. The schools would revert to remote learning. At the current cancellation rate, it appears that by winter's end, inclement weather may end up causing what the current COVID surge did not: a forced return to distance learning. And now on to our last news story for this week. In addition to causing school closures, the snowfall caused the cancellation of county trash pickup on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. In previous years, the pickup schedule was merely pushed back by a day. A call to the county confirmed that there is no readily accessible schedule by zip code, zone, or route for reporting on who received service and who was obliged to wait. However, anyone newly arriving in the county can call to find out their regular collection day on an individual basis. Well, that does it for the news for this week. Now on to our community bulletin board stories.
Hi, and welcome to CBB. Our first CBB event is for kids aged 3 to 5 years. This one's called Pre-K, Antlers, and Horns. Preschool programs are offered throughout the year at both Gulf Branch and Long Branch nature centers. The theme for preschool programs is repeated during the month, so please register for only one session at each nature center per month. You only need to register the child, but caretakers must stay during the program. Please be prepared to be outdoors. For information, call 703-228-3403. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. That's on Wednesday, January 19th from 4 o'clock to 4:30 p.m. at Long Branch Nature Center, 625 South Carlin Springs Road. Our next event is for adults. It's called Deep Dive, Feeling Squirrely. And it's a chance to take a deep dive into a natural history topic that scratches more than just the surface. You know, Friday is National Squirrel Appreciation Day, so let's appreciate our squirrels. Discover what members of the squirrel family live in Arlington. You will meet each one, learning more about what makes them similar and what sets them apart. They will email you a link to Microsoft Teams before the program start time. They do ask that you have your device ready to go before the program begins. You can call 703-228-6545 for more information. Register online or call 703-228-4747. That's on Wednesday, January 19th from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock p.m. And this is a virtual event. Next up, Hiroshige Jelly Prints. No, it's not about some visiting royalty. It's actually a morning of fun and easy printmaking for the whole family. You'll be using the magical medium of jelly, G-E-L-L-I, to create surprising landscapes in the style of the famous Japanese printmaker Hiroshige. It'll be a great time for the whole family, but plan to get a little messy. The class is open to all ages, but it's recommended for ages 3 and up. Each person, including the adults attending the program, must register, and all children must be supervised by a participating adult. They request that you arrive on time because Families Unplugged is designed for families to participate in activities for the entirety of the program. To reduce waste, they will utilize all designated supplies and materials during the class time. For information, call 703-228-3403. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. There's an activity number for this one, 730-020-D, and a cost, which is $8 per person. That's on Saturday, January 22nd from 10 o'clock a.m. to 12 noon at Arlington Mill Community Center, 909 South Dinwiddie Street. Our next event is called Tracks and Traces. It's for kids aged 5 to 8. Winter can be a tough time to find wild animals, but there are still tracks, traces, and other signs that they're around. You'll hike in search of signs of animals and create a craft to take home. You only need to register the children, but caretakers must stay with their child during the program. Of course, this program will be held outdoors. For information, call 703-228-6535. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. That's on Saturday, January 22nd from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock a.m. at Gulf Branch Nature Center, 3608 North Military Road. The next event is for families. Everyone is welcome to join in on a leisurely paced hike through a park. The forested trails will be accessible, smooth, and shaded for a fun hike to explore and examine whatever you discover. There are restrooms and water fountains inside the Farcroft Sports and Fitness Center, paved trails open in sun until forested area, and the trails are flat, with benches at the picnic area for resting. You'll need to register children and adults because children must be accompanied by a registered adult. For information, call 703-228-6535. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. 4747. That's on Sunday, January 23rd from 1:30 to 3 o'clock p.m. at Farcroft Park, 4200 South 4 Mile Run Drive. Our final CBB event is a version for adults. It's called Q&A Hike, Farcroft Park. Nature inquiry doesn't have to be just for kids. This is a chance to join a naturalist on a casual hike and to ask your nature questions, with the focus being on you for a change. Please feel free to bring binoculars, guidebooks, or nature ID apps. The trails will be paved, shaded, and have gentle inclines. For information, call 703-228-6535. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. That's on Sunday, January 23rd from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock p.m. at Farcroft Sports and Fitness Center, 4200 South 4 Mile Run Drive. Now it's time for 55 Plus News.
Howdy, and welcome to 55 Plus News. The Arlington Seniors Golf Club welcomes men and women who enjoy playing golf with a fun group of people. This group plays at 26 different Northern Virginia golf courses from April through October. The green fees, including the carts, are very reasonable, and they vary each week depending on the course. The first meeting of the year will be on January 19th. For more information or to join, contact Membership Chairman Dennis McDonald at dkmacdonald@att.net or visit www.arlingtonseniorsgolfclub.org. That's on Wednesday, January 19th from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at the Lubber Run Community Center, 300 North Park Drive. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 plus membership is required. Next up, before there was a Long Bridge Aquatic Center and a Twin Bridges Marriott Hotel, there was a long bridge over the Potomac River connecting D.C. with Arlington, or connecting Arlington with D.C., depending how you look at it. Patrick O'Neill, local historian with the Burke Historical Society, will discuss the history of the bridge and its evolution into a major transportation artery for cars and rail. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. The activity number is 912-400-23, and that's on Thursday, January 20th from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 plus membership is required. This is a virtual event. Next up, fast forwards again. Join a morning walk with this faster paced group that walks a 2 to 5 mile loop, including some hills. Walks are held on the second, third, and last Fridays of each month, and transportation is not provided because you're supposed to walk. Typically, they meet in front of the Aurora Hills 55 Plus Center, but they occasionally meet at other locations and may use Metro. Register online or call 703-228-4747. This one's on Friday, January 21st from 9 o'clock to 10:30 a.m., probably at Aurora Hills Center, 735 18th Street South. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 plus membership is required. The 55 plus guide now lists this as a drop-in event, but you might as well call to make sure where you're going to meet. Next up, we got something called Nature of Arlington. It's a chance to learn about the animals and ecology of Arlington, led by a naturalist from the Long Branch Nature Center. You'll be able to see several small, harmless, live animals up close. as well as a variety of other natural items representing our local ecological diversity. Questions will be welcomed. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. The activity number is 912-400-26. And that's on Friday, January 21st from 11 o'clock a.m. to 12 noon at Lubber Run Park, North Columbus and 2nd Street. You gotta be 55 and up, and 55 plus membership is required. The next item is called cryptocurrency scams. Defrauding consumers is an ever-evolving thing, with gift card and cryptocurrency scams topping the list of the latest methods. Here's a chance to find out more about how these most recent tactics work, how you can avoid them, and where to report them if you do fall victim to one of these scams. Tiffany Smedley, an investigator with the Federal Trade Commission, will explain all. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. The activity number is 912-400-20. That's on Friday, January 21st from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. You gotta be 55 and up. 55 plus membership is required, and this is a virtual event. Now, our final 55 plus event is called Winter Interest Gardening. Does your garden look boring and colorless right now? Does it even look like a garden? I can't even find mine under all the snow. Well, Virginia Cooperative Extension Master Gardeners can help you plan ahead for an exciting garden in the winter by recommended plants with winter interest, such as colorful bark, berries, or seed heads to add to a bed or container and help support our birds. You can register online or call 703-228-4747. The activity number is 912-401-04. And that's on Monday, January 24th from 1 o'clock to 2:30 p.m. You gotta be 55 and up. 55 plus membership is required, and this is a virtual event. Anyway, that's all I got for 55 plus news.
Although the closure of AIM's TV studio due to the COVID pandemic has limited our ability to bring you the kind of programming of earlier years, we'd like to close this broadcast with a sample of the fun from those days, with the hope that the future might bring some kind of return.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Arlington Weekly News. I'm Craig Nolan. Thanks for joining us.
Buenas noches, Mr. Nolan.
Buenas noches.
I'm Daniel Pineda.
My name's Adele Quo.
You know, before we begin, we usually say to folks out there to please silence your cell phones and pagers. We don't know why we do this, but that's what we ask you to do. For reasons yet unknown.
Cell phone alert. Cell phone alert. Cell phone alert. Cell phone alert. System timing out of control. System timing out of control. 2016, 2006, 1996, 1986, 1976, 1966, 1956, 1946, 1936.
And now the news.
And that concludes this week's show. We will be back next week with more news from Arlington. Meanwhile, be careful, be safe, and be well.
stay